Good evening, folks. Welcome to RCC. On behalf of the Musicians Guild, I'm welcoming you to our evening concert. This afternoon we had a workshop on musical heritage of Rockingham County. Tonight we're bringing you a concert by some of the people who keep that heritage alive and who are intimately acquainted with the families that made that good music back in the early part of the 20th century. So without further ado, let me turn it over to Doug and Taylor Rohr and Courtney Rohr and Scott Manring.
That was Taylor starting off with a fiddle tune called Mountain Reel, as Charlie and Posey called it, and dates back to Scotland, called Miss McLeod's Reel. And we're going to do another Charlie Poole tune here, I think. Did we skip to Milwaukee Blues?
Yeah, Milwaukee Blues.
Lights have detrimental effects on tuning. At least that's the excuse I'm going to use. But,
Y'all ready?
let it rip, tater chip. Well, one Tuesday morning and it looked like a rain. Around the curve came a passenger train. On the blind said old Bill Jones, he's a good old hobo just trying to get home, trying to get home, just trying to get home. He's a good old hobo just trying to get home. We'll way down to Georgia on a tramp. The road's getting muddy and the leaves getting damp. Trying to catch a freight train to leave this town, 'cause I don't allow the hobos are hanging around, hanging around, hanging around. Don't allow the hobos are hanging around. Old Bill Jones said before he died to fix the roads for the bows to ride. When they ride, they'll ride the rods and put all the trust in the hands of God, in the hands of God, in the hands of God. They'll put all the trust in the hands of God. Well, old Bill Jones said before he died, there's 2 more roads he'd like to ride. Fireman said, what can it be? The Southern Pacific and a Santa Fe, Santa Fe, and a Santa Fe. Southern Pacific and a Santa Fe. Well, old Bill Jones said before he died, there's 2 more drinks he'd like to try. Fireman asked, what can it be? A glass of water and a cup of tea, cup of tea, and a cup of tea. A cold glass of water and a cup of tea. Take it home. That was another, like I said, Charlie Poole, Posey Roar song, and because we were fortunate enough to play some with Lonnie Austin, who recorded a lot with Charlie Poole, and Taylor's actually playing a fiddle that belonged to Charlie Poole, Charlie Poole, to Lonnie Austin, and Lonnie passed it on to a good friend of ours, Buck Easley. And when Buck passed away, he passed the fiddle and actually about 5 fiddles and a mandolin on to Taylor. And Lee introduced everybody up here. I'm wondering why I'm sitting between the newlyweds. I'm not sure if that's... But Taylor makes 4 generations of musicians, and the 5th one is in the audience somewhere, which you will probably hear from time to time tonight. He's 7 weeks old. He's not playing anything yet, so we're going to give him another couple of weeks.
He just got a fiddle tonight.
Oh, he just got a fiddle tonight, so we're expecting within the week. And of course, our family has a rich heritage of music with Charlie Poole and playing, and then my dad played, and myself and Taylor. And of course, Courtney's family also has a rich history of music, going back to your dad and grandparents, and great-grandparents, and the Burroughs family. And so we have Courtney Burroughs Roar. And at the ripe old age, well, she's much older now, she's 22, but at the ripe old age of 21, she had played the Grand Ole Opry twice, which I think says a whole lot about her talent. And yeah, I was going to introduce Courtney Burroughs Roar, and Taylor Roar, and Doug Roar, and Scott Manring Roar, sometimes known as Vince. But what we got next? Wild Horse. This is another Poole tune that's, he called it Wild Horse, also known Wild Horse at Stony Point, and it's been recorded a lot on guitar by Tony Rice and other people as simply Stony Point. And Taylor's going to kick that one off. What you got there?
Little Annie.
Oh, Little Annie? Little or raggedy?
Ragtime. Ragtime's first.
We got two Annie songs, Ragtime and Little.
Confused Annie.
Little Annie.
I think Courtney's gonna kick this.
But you promised me, little Annie, you'd be waiting when the springtime comes again. When the springtime comes o'er the mountain and the wildflowers are scattered o'er the lane, I will watch for the leaves to return to the trees, and I'll be waiting when the springtime comes again. When the sun shines down on the mountain and the wild sheep are wandering all alone, and the birds and the bees are singing, it makes me think springtime won't be long. When the springtime comes o'er the mountains and the wildflowers are scattered o'er the plain, I will watch for the leaves to return to the trees, and I'll be waiting when the springtime comes again. Now the springtime has come on the mountain, and I'm on my way back to the lane. For you promised me, little Annie, that you'd be waiting when the springtime comes again. When the springtime comes o'er the mountain and the wildflowers are scattered o'er the plain, I will watch for the leaves to return to the trees, and I'll be waiting when the springtime comes again. I will watch for the leaves to return to the trees, and I'll be waiting when the springtime comes again.
All righty, what we got next? Strain does not want to stay up. All right, Tyler's going to fiddle one I think he learned from Kirk Setvin. And Taylor looks tired tonight today, but he works at a Midas muffler shop, so he's kind of exhausted today. So. I don't like to do that. It's just I just have to, you know. Got to let it out. That's what my psychotherapist said.
You know it's a long walk home.
Yeah. No, is that on set list? I don't know that one. Roscoe. Let her rip. Might have been a song written about Barney Fife's gun, I think, the old Roscoe. Or not. Yellow Rose of Texas. I don't think this is a North Carolina song. Oh, Yellow Rose of Texas, okay. Yeah. I love to first string is being temperamental. All right, Yellow Rose, let her rip. Hate to bring this up to be commercial, but I will. We do have CDs down here for the for sale, and Taylor has a solo album called "Playing Pool," which put out several years ago. A lot of fiddle tunes, a lot of special guests on it. Jim Watson. Did you bring any CDs?
I did not.
She has some CDs she did not bring, but I'm sure if you talk to her, she'll line you up with some. But and I hate to bring this up, but as we were coming in, we did get a call on the cell phone from the hospital, and my great-great-great-great-grandmother has been in there several days and not doing too well, and I'd like to think of her tonight. And the doctors did say she could have the surgery. Unfortunately, because of the insurance problems, we need to try to sell some CDs if we can, you know, to help pay for it. No guilt intended on that. I mean, you know, but if it works, that's okay. We're going to play a tune now that's Skillet Liquor's tune with a great guitar player, Riley Puckett, who evidently influenced heavily a gentleman from Draper, North Carolina, Gene Meade, who was one of my guitar heroes growing up. And Gene was sort of like Riley on steroids or caffeine or whichever's legal. So I will do my best to pay tribute to Gene on this one. Molly, put the kettle on. We'll all have tea. All right. This is one we used to love to play with Lonnie and Buck. They called it the Lynchburg deal because it has a part in it that sounds like Don't Let Your Deal Go Down. Which Don't Let Your Deal Go Down was Charlie Poole's big hit. The original, Don't Let Your Deal Go Down. Which has become a bluegrass standard today. A lot of people record it, Flatt and Scruggs and a little bit of everybody. Trying to get these things where my fingers will slide on. All right. We tune because you care. Mr. Roy. All right, we're gonna let Miss Courtney sing another one here. I'm gonna let the blood circulate in this leg a while.
I'm either too close or too far away. Okay.
Are we ready?
Ready as I'll ever be. I just received your letter. You're down and out, you say. But first I thought I would tell you to travel on the other way. 'Cause in my memory lingers all you once were to me. And I'm gonna give you one more chance to prove what you can be. Any old time you wanna come back home, drop me a line, honey, say no more, you're wrong. You've had your chance to play the game fair, But when you left me, sweetheart, you only left a love who cared. Now that you're down, I'm gonna stick by you. If you will only tell me that your roaming days are through, you'll find me here like the day you left me alone. Any old time you ought to come back home. Any old time you wanna come back home, drop me a line, honey, say no more you roam. You've had your chance to play the game fair, but when you left me, sweetheart, you only left a love who cared. Now that you're down, I'm gonna stick by you. If you will only tell me that your roaming days are through, you'll find me here like the day you left me alone. Any old time you wanna come back home.
Yeah. I'm glad I don't have to sing before or after her. But,
Next is I Too Would.
oops. Otto Wood the Bandit. Just have to remember the song that when I was learning it, get verses backwards, I would have him killed, and then he'd be brought back to life, and then they'd get out of jail, and then put back in jail. All right, I think Mr. Rohr kicks this one off. Well, step up, buddies, and listen to my song. Sing it to you right, 'cause you might sing it wrong. All about a man named Otto Wood. I can't tell you all, but I wish I could. Stepped in a pawn shop a rainy day, and with the clerk he had a quarrel to say. Pulled out a gun, struck a fatal blow, and this is the way the story goes. Had to spread the news as fast as they could. The sheriff served a warrant on Otto Wood. Jury said murder in the second degree, and the judge sentenced him to the penitentiary. Otto, why didn't you run? Otto's done dead and gone. Otto Wood, why didn't you run when the sheriff pulled out that 44 gun? Well, they put him in a pen, but it done no good. It wouldn't hold a man named Otto Wood. Wasn't very long before he slipped outside, pulled a gun on the guards to take him for a ride. Well, the second time he caught him was away out west. In a hold-up game, he got shot through the breast. Brought him back, and when he got well, they locked him down in a dungeon cell. He was a man that would not run. He always carried a 44 gun. He loved my daddy hated the law and just wouldn't take nobody's jaw. Otto, why didn't you run? Otto's done dead and gone. Otto Wood, why didn't you run? Well, the sheriff pulled out that 44 gun. Well, he rambled out west and he rambled all around till he met two sheriffs in a southern town. They said, Otto, step to the way, 'cause we've been expecting you every day. Pulled out a gun and then he said, you make a crooked move and you both fall dead. Crank up your car and take me out of town. But a few minutes later he was graveyard bound. Otto, why didn't you run? Otto's done dead and gone. Otto Wood, why didn't you run? Well, the sheriff pulled out that 44 gun. Thank you. All right, we're gonna go down to Deep Ellum. Keep winding the first string. It's eventually gonna run out of room, I guess. When you go down in Deep Ellum, put your money in your shoes. The women in Deep Ellum got them Deep Ellum blues. Oh, sweet mama, Papa's got them Deep Ellum blues. Oh, sweet mama, Papa's got them Deep Ellum blues. Got a gal down in Deep Ellum and a gal in Santa Fe. If they ever get together, better make my getaway. Oh, sweet mama, Papa's got them Deep Ellum blues. Oh, sweet mama, Papa's got them Deep Ellum blues. Fiddle some blues there. Well, her daddy's a policeman and her mama walks the street. Her daddy met her mama when they both were on the beat. Oh, sweet mama, Papa's got them Deep Ellum blues. Oh, sweet mama, Papa's got them Deep Ellum blues. Play some blues down there. Well, once I knew a preacher and he preached the Bible true. He went down in Deep Ellum, now his preaching days are through. Oh, sweet mama, Papa's got them Deep Ellum blues. Oh, sweet mama, Papa's got them Deep Ellum blues. Play some blues, Taylor. When you go down in Deep Ellum, put your money in your shoes. The women in Deep Ellum got them Deep Ellum blues. Oh, sweet mama, Papa's got them deep Pelham blues. Oh, sweet mama, Papa's got them deep Pelham blues. Like to, we did that song one time. We were playing down in Deep Pelham, down in Caswell County, and our minister was preaching at the Pelham United Methodist Church and also at Hickory Grove, double charge, and we were playing at the Pelham Community Center, and I sang that verse about the preacher being down in Deep Pelham. That was on a Saturday. And then the next day, he announced his retirement. I hope we didn't have anything to do with that, but anyway, we got time for a few more, and we're going to let these two young'uns do one by themselves. That, like I say, we've been kind of covering Charlie Poole, Posey Roar, Gene Meade, some of our favorites, some from North Carolina, some not from North Carolina, but Tony Rice calls North Carolina home, Reedsville, North Carolina, and they're going to do one that he made very popular, Streets of London.
1 second. Okay. Have you seen the old man in the closed down market, kicking up the paper with his worn out shoes? In his eyes you see no pride, hand held loosely at his side. Yesterday's paper telling yesterday's news. So how can you tell me that you're mourning and say for you that the sun don't shine? Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. I'll show you something that'll make you change your mind. Have you seen the old gal who walks the streets of London? Dirt in her hair and her clothes in rags. She's no time for talking, she just keeps right on walking, carrying her home to carry her bags. So how can you tell me that you're mourning and say for you that the sun don't shine? Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. I'll show you something that'll make you change your mind. In the old night cafe at 11:15, the same old man is sitting there Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. I'll show you something that'll make you change your mind. The all-night cafe, a 11:15. Same old man is sitting there, all alone his own, looking at the world over the rim of his teacup. Each tea lasts an hour, then he wanders home alone. And how can you tell me that you're mourning and say for you that the sun don't shine? Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. I'll show you something that'll make you change your mind.
All I have to say about that is, can you imagine the talent their son is going to have? With parents like that?
I hope he can remember words. Because I sure can.
All right, Lee, how much time we got here? All right.
That's all that's on the list is 2 more.
Well, we got 2 more now. What is it? Oh, Lord, I have to sing after you again.
What's that?
Oh, Lord. I knew that was going to happen. Might want to close your eyes.
Is that the Eastern?
Oh! Put my other eye out.
I feel like I'm right dead in the way of it, too.
I used to love to do that to my brother when he was tuning a banjo, and I'd pop the back of the guitar. But then he'd pop me in the head, so it, not really. But all right, we're going to close out with a couple of summertime. I put this one in there. My wife Kathy used to sing this one a lot when we played over here many a time, and obviously I can't sing it like her, but brings back a lot of memories. And another reason I chose it is because I just love to hear Courtney just fiddle the fire out of it. Summertime. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Your daddy is rich and your mama's good looking. Little baby, don't cry. spread your wings and take to the sky. But until that morning, nothing can harm you. With Mama and Daddy standing by. Well, summertime, man, the living is easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is high. Your daddy is rich, and your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. Close it out, Courtney. I'd like to thank you guys for coming tonight. Appreciate Lee Dotson putting us all together for us and inviting us to come play. And we're going to close out with one that, there again, Buck and Lonnie, big influences on our music and life. One of their favorites that they used to play, so we're going to do a little Sweet Georgie Brown. Thank you very much.
And Mr. Scott Manringo here. Thank you so much, guys. It was really great. Enjoyed having you here. Thank all of you for coming out tonight. We'll see you next time.